This is the story of a Navajo family, the Naboyas, and their kinship with the earth through her cycle of the seasons.
Jadi koi wasi was nal lost beta. Chutti I si beta holni ti I si khalchini si lotha. Kaya hadat Chu ida si khalchini khayusin hal. Chutti ida si beta atzilun has agot ela. Suna Hossaini Mat Neda Aro Kodo Hishin Be Holoshin the Kata the Leshin to A had ceased at Johanne. Neda Quichin Halon Pinchil Shot Ana Liela Kaya. Eight and laid out and hit hand, they to a cut down, he nasty, Nilda cut down, he nasty in the Cotichi, I got up on it as his son with cleaning.
She translated it a little. Let's think flash a shade who had lean. She couldn't ne a good non here. The wind that I eat none she wanted. I think that the yet or a later general. Fortunately, add the indication or trago.
Us Navajo, we have a home what we call Hogan. Hogan is a home for family. We sleep in there, we cook in there, and we live in there.
More than 160,000 Navajos live on this reservation. 16.5 million acres of northeastern Arizona and parts of New Mexico and Utah. The Naboyas have 3 homes, not out of luxury, but of necessity. They move according to the season to provide continuous grazing for their animals. The Naboyas are like many families here. the frugal land-based economy cannot support the entire family. Many of the young people must locate near the schools and jobs in the small communities that dot the reservation. Most of the Naboya's children and grandchildren live in Chinle, 20 miles away. The ties to family and tradition are strong. They return when they can to help their grandparents.
If you don't have any animal, I don't think you can realize how good it is to have animals. All through my life, I'm used to having animals. If I run out of animals, I don't know how I feel. I'll be miss all of it.
Sheep have been a part of Navajo life since the 1600s. They are a symbol of a family's well-being. The sheep are individually owned, but they are cared for in common.
The canyon gets warmer early in the spring and the grass gets green more early than it is on the mesa top. So as soon as the lamb is old enough to feed on their own, we usually take them down the canyon where it's warm and where there's more grass and the river will be running.
During the winter, little sunlight gets into the narrow canyon. As the sun climbs higher in the spring, its warmth brings new growth, and the Naboyas move down from their hogan on the rim.
This trail that we've taken our stock down is about 600 feet high. That's the cliff wall of the canyon. It takes quite a while for us to get the sheep down the trail and down the canyon. We already have some help on hand with my grandchildren. We drive the sheep down the trail, and we also take the horses with the sheep down the same trail. Of course, you don't get cars on that trail. The car has to go from Chinle and up the canyon. John lead adole lead yat ekoshot itole yat ekoshatole tunugo yat oshin snadole tunugo. Hey le kreta nasti not only dan khiska it had a thing that still so hayos khas had a team which is the Jayat ekona shadow le sutin Pave! Oh, did I?
Majestic. Ilta naatiittis. Naatiikkis on naatilchil aataat.
Navajo society is matrilineal. Much of the livestock and property belong to Dorothy and will be passed on to her daughters and sons. This property came down from Dorothy's mother.
Just Monday the water on the wait out the water in Skokonit on the notch a height over ball. Smajo a notch a height dicey. I shall not listen to a Pistahan, Pistahan, a adult neat. A conscious car. He died not so. I just heard it so well up on it at the zone on a starter. Not a shot of cars, Lodo. Nungo it got a shot. What they must be. It unlocked not in dark high. This action a got out of the snow is at that local.
Corn, after thousands of years of crossbreeding, is now completely dependent on human cultivation. The corn is an important symbol to Navajos of their interdependence with the earth, their mother. The corn survives only with their care, and in turn, nourishes them.
We had to pay so much money for plowing our field. Of course, in the early days when they have no tractor, we used to have horses. But nowadays, as many tractors they have running around, it's the best way to do it. Then we all had to get a can or bucket or something like that to fill it with corn and follow the tractor, dropping so many seeds here and there, about 2 feet apart. You drop the corn in here, in no time it'll dry up. The topsoil will dry off and it wouldn't get no moisture on these corns. If you drop them deep, they don't, the dryness don't go down that deep. The worst thing about this corn business is you have to come out here the middle part of the day when it's hot. You'll be cutting the weeds here. Burning your neck and burning your feet with the hot sand. That's the life of a Navajo. After we're done with our planting and the corn gets to be high enough that we don't have to worry about, by that time the grazing for our stock in the canyon wouldn't be much left. So we have to start making plans about moving up to the mountain to our summer place. There's a mountain of what we call the Black Rock. That's where we have our summer place. And we stay out in that area with the stock, most of our grandchildren that'll be out of school for the summer. By the time we get in that area, there'll be more feed for the stock because all that grazing area in there had never been touched through all early spring and through the winter. We have a reservoir there for water. We have a log cabin and whole barn and corral for our sheep and houses for ourselves.
The flowers of the owl's foot plant become the rich yellow dyes Dorothy uses for her wool. Chauncey gathers walnut leaves for the dark browns.
Det har steady it is so this is chindo. Yeah, front in the shit. Gravity.
How? Let a dog get us some of these small rocks. Dad, come back where you guys? Oh. You got come up to? Gilla. Ayun liwat iliyati. Musina.
Baby want. I don't know shit.
Sina arawasin. Ayda. Outside of Hogan is a place where we have a sweat house. A sweat house is a little teepee-shaped, dirt-covered log place. Of course, you have to gather wood and build a fire outside the sweat house and heat up the stone and get it inside the sweat house and cover the doorway to keep the heat inside. That's like taking a hot shower. No sun, don't so we yelled the whole I could up a just so you could eat it or you so could eat but all nil.
In Navajo mythology, the holy people, symbolizing thought and language, gathered in a sweat house to sing the universe into being. Every dimension of this world, trees, rivers, the sky, the seasons, the mountains, were organized and given life in the songs. Chauncey reenacts that moment of creation in the sweat house.
You'll be all sweat in less than 15 minutes. When you get so you couldn't stand any longer, you had to go out. When you go out, you roll yourself in the dry dirt to dry yourself up. There always had to be some song to be sang in the sweat house, what we call a wish song, wish for that and this. Another way you sing is try to sing in a happy way, like I say, live in beauty all through the rest of your life. Nossa, Miguel, to. Shida kut ego sheda na shida snago. Yada sita yo beta in nada sonil do to that sat a kashin hallen. A condebat e hollo. Diego chito lisi to et chota ibadahan. Achoda machine hallen yan beta in nande. A Diego chita as ego Every Navajo in the area had so many head of sheep. As a rule from the Navajo tribe that these sheep have to be dipped every summer. After you drop your animals in there, they have to swim it so slowly. That way you get every medicine next to their skin through their wool. And after the sheep has been dipped, they have to be vaccinated. By doing that, you have to keep your stock in good shape. Order.
I'm gonna put mud in there. You got it.
Yeah, no what? Change I don't can read that and ask me care for those better laugh. That does not read it.
Pepper stats too.
I'd say about every 3 weeks, there'll always be somebody in our family that gets hungry for mutton. And then if they do, they always ask their grandma to butcher a sheep. The first thing they do is roast the rib and all the inside, Then they all have to get around on one table, and they all have to be fed and eat at the same time. So that way you satisfy these children of ours. And then at the same time, they feel like go out early and herding out again. Make them happy about it. When you go back down the canyon, you go through your field and you find that the tassels are up. And you have to get a very close look at the tassel, see if they have any pollen on it.
Pollen on the corn tassels is not only a clue to the ripeness of the corn, but is evidence that the earth is continuing her productive cycle. The pollen is used in many ceremonies as a symbol of fertility, harmony, and beauty.
Pollen is the most important thing for all of these ceremonials that the Navajos are doing their singing with, like a forward dance or a squad dance. And that's the most important thing these Navajo use.
Jo ja, kita tajuno ja ato ilkosi tajuno holjislide. Ikrita nannat ohilkrata. Jo tide tan hitino holjislide. Akosheda hot a is altsin koptisnile. Akundi iltrahat la do da yotla ta hola. Nelt hitan la hajun hitan hit ninde. Akosheda hot avances kis altsinda koptisno holjis. So ekegi let ya ido kodi ho pa khaya. To نريد الأوضة تزدهن الشادة ناقخدة جوي خد أبي هالي إكيجي خد إشي كيجي يا إشي جوي قتتسيبو إلا نليد إيجو إندان الخاد آج من ناتا نشتوت شجدة يا كجاه بودا إيو أشكا إيجي إيدي بينا نشتين
Rick, upload, now you can drink.
Ama kadar bana bir şey. Hey, de bana. Corn is the most important crops to the Navajos. You have to depend on corn for most of your life because you could make several kinds of bread out of the corn. If you don't have a corn, I don't know how you can get along.
What's that?
These relatives live in the city of Phoenix, 250 miles to the south. They have arranged the kinalda, a puberty ceremony for their daughter.
Mato Aja, Kachicha Eki, Kwasendo, Hakis. Kwachikaiki, Teaching, Potigin, Banstil Deki, Benya, Ashtastilne. Chicken, Kinastako. Vajon de Biki, to Igasta. Ehosan, Velia, E Canalta, El Kilchi, Ilia. Dibik E, to Igashiki, E Pa, Pahajonto, Pahuint Indo, Patalonto. Ato Naliahi, Huiteliato. Do Nejana Conasco Chocasto. Ato enta Nejana Cohualchina and Huileto. Ato Nejana Cohualchina Hualoto.
The parents of Canalda have to gather some corn if they don't have any corn on hand. They have to go from neighbors to neighbors to get as much corn they could find. Then they bring the corn in, and Canalda will be ready there with his grinding stone, and she'll be the main one to do the grinding. After the corn has been ground once, then the heifer joins in. There'll be about 2-3 grinders at the same time. Of course, at the same time, the Canalda will be running every day to the east. There'll always be some runner that follows Canalda. On the third day, there'll be family coming in from different places, relatives. They'll help the Canalda. They'll be boiling the water outside in the big pots, and when they get the water real hot, they bring the hot water in, and then they do their mixing inside the hogan, ready for cake.
Mix it.
Canalda has to be watching the sun. The sun had to be still up before they start putting the cake in. After the fire and the charcoal has been all shoveled out from the pit, then they get out there and they put the cornmeal in there, spread it out. They use their fingers to get the height even. And then they get Canalda in there with the pollen. She spread the pollen from the east to west, then from the south to north. After Canalda gets inside the hogan on the west end, the medicine man sets a little ways to her right. Then he picks up his pollen and passes it on to the doorway in the east end of the people that are joining in this night performance. And each one takes the tip of this palm by fingers. They pray for health, and they pray for have a good property and good stock, good neighbors, and good friends, and things like that. After the cake has been taken out from the pit in the morning, the first cut goes to any volunteer, like for instance, the man that's been keeping the fire all night over the cake. And then the middle piece goes to the medicine man. And all the outside, it goes to the different singers. Then Canada feeds these people that have been singing all night, all neighbors around it. Whoever wants to eat, they join. Then after they eat, the volunteer goes in there and stretches these canal dog's body to give him a good shape. After that is done, all the kids goes in front of her and get their hand on both sides of the head and raise her hand up to give him the height, let him grow fast. Jana sa ita da ba hosan no in him man hit it.
So the bit doing that is.
A course chin de chile. Ba mai o se jo kut egin halden kut au iban sa ke kut au in le. A kokodo bika enita. Do bika hil chil. A koheshi bika holnoshin. Nan sen nan el agent. Trega to that any tata chili. My grandchildren, they all go to school in different places around Chinle area.
Astrophysics.
They're living with their parents in Chinle for the school year during the winter.
Earthquakes.
During the winter months, a lot of time we just have to stay ourselves at our winter place because all our grandchildren will be in school. The only time they visit us is on the weekend, like from Friday evening till Sunday afternoon. Chudado len le kong ati khayshiyat e ko haste to sanshin khanan shat e na ti o chue be ho hotel ele hota da do le ish in khota hati da haste yo sanjo hotel no samba khayam le je ya khayshiyat ado le be chisto le shi so I vigilnan halon jot au in hosaba khayala nan seb khayi ado nin bil ese Indat Sambakaholon ye adult sweet safely. Johut in Hossaba Hayala. Eight and laid out and hit hand, they to a cut on him, not in that. The cotty tea with I got hot up on it as the sun in it, Lenny.
This program was made possible by a grant from the National Endowment for the Humanities.